Hi boys and girls. Welcome to our last lesson video for Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson, a memoir written in verse. Again, a memoir is a memory written from the author's life, and verse means that it's written in stanza. So this is your mastery check, and it's going to be worth a total of 100 points. Let's look at how these points are going to be broken up. So first we have our common and proper nouns worksheet. This page is worth a total of 55 points. You will get 1 point for each highlighting and 1 point for each letter that should be underlined. So let's take a look at this real quick. So in the directions, after you put your name up at the top, you're going to highlight the common nouns or the person, place, or thing words that refer to something general in yellow, and you're going to highlight the proper nouns or the names of someone specific or some place or something specific in light blue. Underline the letter then that should be capitalized in the proper noun. So let's look at our first word, lion. Lion is just a general word for a type of animal. It does not name a specific lion. So this would be considered a common noun, so we would highlight it in yellow. So you'll highlight your text, you'll go up to your highlighter and click yellow. Now let's look at Friday. Friday is a specific name of a day of the week, right? It names something specific. So this is a proper noun and should be highlighted in light blue. Again, you will click and drag and highlight the word, go up to your highlighter and highlight in light blue. Now, because Friday is a proper noun, we should have a capital for our first letter. So again, we're going to highlight that first letter, and then we're going to click the U up here for underline, and it will underline it. So when we're grading, you will get 1 point for that highlighting, and then 1 point for this highlighting, so up to 2 points. And then you get an additional point for the F being underlined because that's the one that should be capitalized. So there's 3 points right there. Now, when you come to the boxes that have 2 words in them, such as Star Wars or Aunt Diana, if you determine that these are proper nouns and you think you should highlight or capitalize both words, then underline both. Little hint, some words definitely will have more than one word with a letter underlined to be capitalized. So that's our first worksheet. And again, that is worth a total of 55 points. Your next worksheet is the possessive nouns. This page is worth 10 points total, 1 point for each correctly written possessive noun. And in this worksheet, after you put your name next to the author line, because you are the author of this page, go down and you will find information reminding you of what a singular noun would be, a plural possessive noun or plural nouns. So singular possessives are made by adding an apostrophe S to the end of a word. For example, the boy's kite flew high in the sky. Boys, it's one boy flying his kite. So this apostrophe S shows that this kite belongs to the boy. Plural possessives are added or are formed by adding an apostrophe after the S at the end of the word. Most plural words end in an S, such as girls. In our example, the girl's kite flew high in the sky. This is telling me there's more than one girl flying a kite. So we put our apostrophe after the S, showing that the kite belongs to girls. Sometimes a plural noun doesn't end with an S, and in that case, you add the apostrophe and then an S as you would for the singular possessive. For example, the men's truck was dirty. Men is the plural word already for man, so we add an apostrophe S to make it possessive. So what you're going to do for the 10 sentences at the bottom of the page, you're going to rewrite the underlined noun in each sentence below, making it a possessive. So let's look at number 1. The baby toy fell on the floor. So I'm going to click on the end here. I need to make baby a possessive word. I'm going to change my ink to red, and it is a singular word, which means I put an apostrophe S to make it possessive. And you will go through and do the rest of them in that manner. Next, we have our onomatopoeia worksheet. If you remember a few weeks ago in a lesson we talked about onomatopoeia, this worksheet is worth 15 points. You get 1 point for each correct word put in the sentence. So let's take a look at this worksheet. Again, after you put your name up at the top, there will be a short explanation of onomatopoeia again. And an onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the sound that it describes. You have 15 words in the box, and what you're going to do is you're going to choose a word from the word bank to help complete the sentence. And you're going to type the word you choose in the parentheses of that sentence. So your words are quake, pop, tick, roar, bark, snap, chatter, swish, crack, bang, screech, sizzle, click, chirp, buzz. So let's look at number 1. The bird loved to blank a merry tune. So I have to think about, what does a bird actually do? Like, what sound does a bird make? So I'm going to click in that box. Again, I'm going to change my text color to red to make it stand out. And I'm going to choose the word chirp. The bird loved to chirp a merry tune. And that's how you will complete the rest of this page. And then your final page is a memoir and poetry worksheet page. This page is worth a total of 20 points. You get 5 points for each answer that is written as a complete sentence and answers the question fully. So let's take a look at this worksheet. Now again, you need to put your name up at the top. And if you're unsure of any of the information about what a memoir is or anything, you can go ahead and read that information on the top. This is information we covered in a previous lesson. A memoir, it's where an author tells a true story of an important event from his or her life. They're usually written in first person using the pronoun I, me, or my. And most memoirs are written in prose, which use complete sentences. However, From Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson, it is written in verse, which means it's written in stanza. So you're going to go down and you're going to answer the questions about Brown Girl Dreaming using text evidence to support your response. So you may need to go back into a story and look for some proof or supporting details to support your answer. So the first question is, how can you tell the point of view of the memoir? So what I would do is I'm going to click on the line. I'm going to change my font again to red so that it stands out. And I would start my response by, you can tell the point of view of the memoir by the author's, I want to show possession there, author's use of the word. And then I'm going to go look in my stories real quick, and I can see that in Brooklyn Rain, I'm scanning and looking for any of the pronouns, and the author uses the word I'm. In Brooklyn Rain. And that will fully answer your question. And that's how you're going to go through and answer the remaining 3 questions. Once you have finished all of the worksheets, please go back to the Google Classroom and turn them in.